impressive as that Nintendo Direct was, it still paled in comparison to the Xbox Game Showcase. But this also indicates as to what Sony's doing with the PlayStation 5, man. I hope they come up with something, because as of right now, Sony ain't holding gaming down, okay? But let's go through the list of games, shall we? Romancing Saga, 100 Line, Metroid Prime 4, and a lot of you guys are going to ask my opinions on that. I thought it looked pretty good, but to be honest with you, it didn't really look as groundbreaking as I wanted it to, but it's probably a good game. Nonetheless, Ace Attorney, Just Dance, Tales of whatever, Stray, not really looking forward to that. The game's trash. Lego Horizons, we already know about that. Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, okay. It's still no Tears of Kingdom or Breath of Wild. Super Mario Party, I mean, yeah, I guess these games are solid. But what really stole the show for me was Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, which is probably more likely going to be available on multiple platforms. That right there stole the show for me. I was like, oh my God. I mean, I've seen people in the comment section saying, I'm about to cry. Because you know why? It made us think, like, you know what? People do care about us. People do care about bringing the games that we want, man. Because at this point, I kind of got tired of competitive gaming. Now this is going to give me a reason to be competitive all over again. And I kind of stopped playing fighting games because I would beat people and then they no longer wanted to play with me. So I just stopped caring about it. But this game definitely built my excitement. I'm going to pick this up on all platforms. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. And on top of that, they even added beat 'em ups to it. So there's an incredible value in regards to that. So I'm most definitely picking that up. Okay, Disney Illusion, Phantom Brave, Darkest Dungeon, Metal Slug, yep, which looked okay. Whatever this is, Funko Fusion, Dragon Quest, and Donkey Kong Country Returns. To be honest with you, man, this is a scam. You know, Nintendo's really going to charge $60 for this Wii game. I mean, come on, man. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, it should be $29.99, bro. It should have been bundled with Tropical Freeze. So, like I said, Nintendo's the only company getting away for charging $60 for essentially Wii games. It's getting kind of crazy to me. Looney Tunes, Hello Kitty, I'm good. MIO Memories in Orbit, okay. Fantasia, Fairy Tail, Mario Luigi, okay. So there was a lot of good games here, but like I said, Xbox showed new games. It showed a lot of their old classic titles coming back. So like I said, this was good. Now, if you guys ask my opinion, how many good games that you be looking forward to, like I love Donkey Kong Country Returns, but I got this on 3DS as well as my Wii already. I'm probably more likely going to pick it up for my Switch, but at the same time, I'm going to get it at a price drop because I already own the game. That Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, all platforms. Mario Party, I already got a bunch of these games already. Legend of Zelda. I'll probably skip on that, to be honest with you. Lego Horizons, skip. Stray, skip. So I'm skipping on a lot of these games. Metroid Prime, I'm probably more likely going to buy. 100 Line. That looked okay. You know, I mean, there was a few good games here. You know what I'm saying? There was a few good games here, but like I said, it's still paled in comparison to Xbox, and you know, Player Essence is going on. Oh, yeah, Nintendo, it was better than... No, it wasn't. Like, you would have to be a fanboy to say that this was better than Xbox. Xbox showed new games, day-and-date releases, and some of the top-of-the-line games we haven't seen in a while, like Fable and Perfect Dark. I'm sorry. I'm a multitude gamer. Do I have to pull up my Nintendo Switch or show you guys my Switch? I got thousands of games for the Nintendo Switch. You probably don't want to go there with me. And 5 Nintendo Switches. So, like I said, let's get to this video and let's see what this man got to say about all this.
Gamers, Dreamcast guy here, and today we're going to talk about that Nintendo Direct because it has just concluded and my mind is completely blown.
Now, my question is, though, now you didn't have that same enthusiasm when you talked about Xbox. Now, I'm not saying that you can't, like I said, I'm not completely bashing the Nintendo Direct. I think it was pretty good as well. But Xbox had the far better showcase. Let's just be honest, man. I don't care if you guys are the biggest Nintendo fanboys out there. Microsoft had the best showcase. They showed new games. They showed revitalized franchises. And as much as I enjoyed Metroid Prime 4, just from that trailer and the little bit of gameplay that I seen, it looked like Metroid Prime Corruption running on an HD console. I think that game should have been delayed for the Switch 2 to take full advantage of the hardware. But hey, who knows, man? At the end of the day, I wasn't impressed after waiting this long to see that type of gameplay. And the gameplay looked identically the same. Like, I can really make a separate video if you guys want, completely analyzing the game, and it did not look that impressive to me. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I like the game. I'm more likely going to pick it up, but my mind wasn't blown. Does that make sense? It was just kind of like, oh, okay, it's a good game. I'm finally happy that it's here. I'm finally happy that this game's coming out, and that's it. You know?
Metroid Prime 4 gameplay, a completely new Zelda game where you actually play as Zelda. They have Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is actually coming back to consoles. I mean, this was absolutely perfect, but I want to go through this and kind of...
I wouldn't say it was perfect. It was good. Like, if I had to rate the Xbox showcase, it'd be more like a 9.5, and what Nintendo showed, probably more of an 8, a solid 8. I'd give it that.
Talk about the games that to me look the best, and a lot of this stuff is also coming to PC and PS5, so I kind of just want to take a look at a bunch of it because honestly I had very low expectations for this Nintendo Direct. I mean, it sounds like Nintendo is definitely preparing for the new Nintendo Switch console.
And what is Sony preparing themselves for? You know, I wish I can get excited about video gaming with Sony. You know, I've been enjoying Sony consoles for over 20 years to the point where I can't even enjoy PlayStation. Like, it's good to see that gaming is finally going back to its roots in some form of ways, but where's Sony in all of this? You know, I hope Sony really knocks it out the park, man, at the end of this year by showing one of their own showcases and seeing what they got, man. Because to be honest with you, I was happy with the Nintendo Direct, but I was much more happy with the Xbox showcase. Because I still have access to these games like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but now I have a reason to play these games online on a modern platform. So this is great news for me. But at the same time, I wasn't excited about the Nintendo games that Nintendo showed. Like you said, I was more excited about the third-party games that were there, which is kind of unfortunate.
Probably coming next year, so I kind of expected this to be a low-key sort of presentation, a chance for them to sort of say, hey, here's the final hurrah, our last games we've got in the back of the warehouse. And I think I'm a little hesitant because I want to see fully how it plays.
I'm sick and tired of this style, too, that Nintendo be using for these type of games. What is it? This chibi art style? Like, I can't stand it. It's like the same art style they use with the Pokemon Go games and the remakes for really, was it Diamond and the other game and Pearl? I don't like I don't like this art style, personally. Like, maybe it's just me, but I can't stand it.
But this is a new Legend of Zelda game where Link gets sucked into like this dark portal, and now Zelda...
And to be honest with you, I don't want to play as Zelda. You know, let's keep that same energy. You know, we need gaming. Oh, they pushing agendas. Why? We used to play Legend. How you gonna call it the Legend of Zelda? It should be the Legend of Link because Link is not involved in this game. You know what? This is preposterous. They out here pushing agendas.
Is the protagonist. It's a top-down perspective. Now,
I want to play the game as a man.
I know a lot of people
in a tunic
with games like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. One of my favorite Zeldas of all time has always been A Link to the Past. This is actually
that's Link's Awakening. You do know that's not that's not Link to the Past. That's Link's Awakening. You know that, right?
First Zelda that I ever beat. So when they
that's not Link to the Past, man. That's Link's Awakening.
Remake, it had
come on, man, please, bro. You should have pulled out the Super Nintendo cartridge. How are you gonna sit there and say, you know, one of my favorite Zeldas was Link to the Past while pulling out Link's Awakening?
Exact art style, and personally, as a Link's Awakening fanatic, I think it's cool to bring back this art style, this top down, but instead of having a sword, they said specifically, you didn't just want to be like Link, but, you know, Zelda.
See, I don't like it. I'm going to be honest with you. Zelda can recreate items. Oh, so it has that Tears of Kingdom appeal where you can... I don't like this for Zelda, man. I play Zelda as an action adventure. I don't really care for all this, oh, you can customize and do all this other crazy stuff and, you know, make boats. I don't care about all that, man. It's stupid. I'm going to be honest with y'all. And that's why I'm not excited for this game, because to be honest with you, I don't like the premise. I don't like the art style. And I'm sick and tired of it, man. Nintendo, do something different with the Legend of Zelda franchise, man. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, but now you have the creativity. I'm going to tell you something. The best game that did that was A Link Between Two Worlds. That game did it perfectly. Now, it's not... A lot of reviewers gave it a 10 out of 10. To me, it was by far one of the best modern old school Zelda 2D games that we ever had, personally, in my honest opinion.
Playing as Link. They're like, okay, we want to do something different. So it's very puzzle focused. You're able
Oh, well, there you go.
to just copy an item, an object, or a monster.
So it's similar to what you can do in Tears of Kingdom. You know, I'm not looking forward to this, bro. Like, I'm good.
Copy a table to make a platform, copy like a bridge or a water.
Like, it's this fuse mechanic, man. Ever since they added this type of stuff in Tears of Kingdom, now Nintendo's taking all these gimmicky ideas from that game and putting it with all their new Zelda games. It's embarrassing. I'm not a fan of it.
Block to swim up a wall or something like that. But they said you can also capture monsters, so you can like.
So it's Pokemon now.
Goblin.
Oh, there you go. Now they made it into Pow World
Or something.
Wonder where they got that concept from.
And then have it fight as your own minion army. This is super different, and I think I like the idea where it's called Echoes of Wisdom, so it makes sense because obviously Zelda, each of them, there's Ganon is the Triforce of Power, obviously.
They've been telling that story for over 30 years.
Link is the Triforce piece of courage, and she is of wisdom, so having her have a puzzle-focused gameplay makes sense. She is the aspect of wisdom. But
you sure? She's the aspect of wisdom, but for some reason, she's always getting captured by Ganondorf. Yeah, how about she use that wisdom to stay away from this man? For real.
I still want to see how it plays, because sometimes games that are purely puzzle-focused, especially if they're like 20 or 30 hours long, sometimes you just want to punch somebody.
Well,
but these have just been some off-the-cuff thoughts. What did you guys think about that Nintendo Direct? Personally, as a person that went in with expectations down here, holy heck, did I love it. But thank you for watching.
But if it was Microsoft, you would have completely hated it.
Please like this video and subscribe.
Now, like I said, I'm going to touch up on a few of these things, right? Like I've said, Metroid Prime 4, you know, we could talk about these trailers, man. We could talk about them. You know what I mean? I'll probably discuss a few of these things. There wasn't, I mean, I wish you went in detail. You know what I mean? I did fast forward some of this video, but he didn't really go in detail as to what was really impressive and what was really good, because I could break it down to you straight. Come on, guys, really? Like, I mean, look, Romancing Saga, solid. 100 Lines, solid. Metroid Prime 4, solid. Ace Attorney, I mean, how many of these games do y'all want? Just Dance, Tales of the Shire, whatever, okay, decent. Stray, garbage. Lego Horizon, trash. Legend of Zelda's trash. Super Mario Party, how many of these games do you really need? Marvel vs. Capcom, very well welcomed. Disney Illusion Island, I'm all right. Phantom Brave, Darkest Dungeon, Metal Slug, of course, I love Metal Slug. New, whatever this game is, gimmicky. Fusion, Dragon Quest. Like I said, how many remakes of these games you got? Donkey Kong Country Returns, which is a good game, but come on, bro. Like, to throw this out there, we should be playing a new Donkey Kong game. Farmer, whatever this game is, not interested. Among Us, there's a lot of shovelware here, bro. Hello Kitty, unless you're really into that. I mean, Indie Fantasia, I mean, like I said, man, as much as I enjoyed it, you know, it's definitely better than what Sony has been doing for the past few years, but still, though, it wasn't nothing too crazy, and the game that should have took over the show should have been Metroid Prime 4, and to be honest with you, as a Metroid Prime 4 fan, it just felt very distasteful. It did. I don't know if I'm just the only person. Y'all got to let me know in the comments. Like, I felt very distasteful with that game. You know, I felt like after the 7 years of us making us wait, and it looked essentially like a Wii game. I'm sorry, bro. Y'all hating. I'll probably make a separate video about it and start making some comparisons, because it didn't look that impressive. It didn't. It looked like a great game. I'm not sitting there downplaying and saying it, but it didn't, you know, blow my socks out. I'm going to just be honest with you. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. If you guys want me to touch up on other subjects in regards to the Nintendo Direct, I'll more likely do so if you guys recommend it. But anyways, take care. Peace out.